The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Jesse Holley, Kurt Daniels, and Nate Newton.
What's going on across the land? It ain't nothing. That's a live look of the Tostitos Championship Plaza outside in front of the Ford Center where it's cold. It's cold outside. High 49, currently 41 degrees. He is Nate Newton. That is Kurt Daniels.
Yes, sir.
I am Jesse Holley. Together, we make Hanging with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille.
Braille.
People feel us when we speak. Now, we had a somber day yesterday.
Yeah.
But our night got a little bit better with some help from our friends in D.C. The Washington Commanders took down the Philadelphia Eagles in a riveting game.
Yeah.
I don't feel the same, but go ahead on.
Ran the ball 49 times or something like that.
Ran the ball a lot, you know.
I'm not feeling what you said.
Guess what, Cowboy fans? Officials aren't bad only in our games.
Okay, I'm with that.
Officials aren't bad only in our game, guys.
Yes, sir.
They don't have it out for the Cowboys. Get my water back, man. You keep trying to steal my water. They don't have it out for the Cowboys. It's a situation where we always talk about, you know, people think that people really think officials have this vendetta against the Cowboys and that they come into these games and they're purposefully saying we're going to make bad calls against the Dallas Cowboys. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It happens all across the National Football League. They are human. I know a lot of you get a chance to sit and watch these football games at home with your DVRs and your rewind, but understand you're talking about world-class athletes moving at superhuman speeds, and you want guys who are at times standing 15, 20 yards away to make the proper call every single time. I know that. Do your job, right, Nate? Do your job. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, it is human. This segment is brought to you by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
So let me ask you this, though.
Yes.
We're all glad the Eagles lost, right? Mm-hmm. Should the Cowboys be looking at who's ahead of them or worrying about who's coming up behind them? Washington's won 4 out of the last 5 and just won on Monday night in Philly.
I always look ahead to what's Minnesota. Look ahead. Do not look behind. You look behind, you get ran over. You know what I'm saying? What you think, Jess?
I'm right there with you. Put your blinders on and keep things going forward. If Washington's going to catch you, they're going to catch you because what's in front of you, you haven't taken care of.
That's right.
And nothing they can do now as far as, I mean, if they win every game, we win every game, they'll always be behind us.
Yep.
But if we start doing this, checking over the shoulder, and next thing you know, we run into a Minnesota bus, and then we run into a giant bus, and next thing you know, they didn't leapfrog us.
It don't even get no smaller, do it. Minnesota bus, that's pretty big, and the Giants bus even bigger. So, wow.
And you know, we're gonna kind of put a cap on the Cowboys losing to the Green Bay Packers Sunday in Lambeau Field. Cowboys are 6-3. What's funny?
Hey, go ahead. Hey, I'll tell you after the break, but it's not about us. It's about the guy coming up. I just hope he's stable.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say we're going to hear from our guy. We're going to hear from our guy, Computer, in the second segment. We may even take some phone calls to see how.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
God,
Who's calling?
I'm so sorry.
Is it Dion? If it's Dion, answer.
It ain't Dion. It's Nah, man, Lord, gee, I'm so sorry. I thought it was a computer hitting me, man, on the back.
You know, we'll take some calls so that fans can vent their frustrations, and maybe they have some answers to what we can do better as an organization on how to stop the run. Because, as you can tell, teams in the National Football League, if they can run the football, they're going to run the football. You saw that on display last night. So the sooner we get that thing fixed, the sooner we'll be able to at least be a little bit more comfortable. But, you know, keeping things in-house. And, Kurt, you put this in the notes. And I think it's a great conversation piece. Because when the Cowboys lose, at times it's the walls Rome has burned down to the ground. And everybody's ready to fire folks. And okay, I get it. A bad loss. But you saw a bad loss last night, and it happens around the National Football League because this is called pro football. Emphasis on the pros part. Emphasis on the guys that wear those other uniforms. They also have max players. They also have $40 million quarterbacks. They also have all pros, and they also have guys who are really good at what they do. There's only about 2,000 of these NFL jobs in the land.
Yeah.
So if you're a part of them, whether your team is 1-6 or 6-3 or whatever it is, that emphasis on that pro. But one of the leaders of this football team, Micah Parsons, and he came out and he kind of called out his teammates.
Yeah.
And,
Didn't name names, but he
and I think for him, it wasn't more so naming names, but naming a side of the football. Yes, he speaks for the entire team, but he also speaks specifically for that defense, what he's around every single day. And then if you watched around all the networks and all the media members, there were a number of plays defensively that came up that you were like, do
your job.
That wasn't done in that football game yesterday. So, and Micah's comment to his teammates after the game was said that he said, if people want to keep doing their own thing, we are going to deal with this all year long. We have to stay in our gaps. Now, I asked former three-time, I don't know if you're former because you'll always be a three-time Super Bowl champion. I asked three-time Super Bowl champion, and I asked one of the
guy.
Emmy Award-winning senior editor, is this out of bounds to publicly call out teammates or to make those comments, or is Micah Parsons, as Dan Quinn said, he's him and he earned the right to be able to call folks out publicly?
The lateral. I'm going to tell you something like this. The lateral. Yes. Let me say this right here, man. Let me say this right here. I said it yesterday, and I'll say it again today. The latter. Just to make you feel good.
No, don't make me feel
know
good.
Me, you know
do
me.
you?
Because,
be Nathaniel
I'm
Newton
being
all
Parsons.
the time.
I'm being Parsons.
Be you.
I'm being Parsons.
Be you.
Micah Parsons. But no, the latter. I'm going to say this right here. I just feel bad that it took him to line up at linebacker to understand that front four wasn't getting it done.
You think that he saw a different?
Oh, yeah. When you line up at linebacker and you want to run downhill, you have to have lanes just like a running back to run down those hills.
Preach.
And you got to get bumped off, hit,
Preach.
and stymied. And got you floating around. Now he can't use his superpower.
Getting caught
his
up in the
quickness and
trash and all
speed.
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
So it's
Preach.
So now,
Preach.
and he said it, and so now believe it. But what he has to do now, when you go back over there and say, "Well, we're gonna use you at defensive end," and they open up the game, you gotta handle that tight end. You got to handle that tackle.
You got to handle your gap.
Yeah, remember some linebacker back there trying to get free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's.
That's good.
If you were a teammate,
that's good.
You're not. I mean, you're not mad at him. Kind of.
No, he didn't call no names.
Yeah, but he's talking about the defensive line.
But he didn't call no names.
You don't think they're like.
He didn't call no names. He didn't say like, "Hey, Chris Watson, I need you to quit dropping the ball." It's a difference.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it ain't but 2 wide receivers. It's 8 guys up there responsible for getting your gaps.
Right.
But, it's different. I mean, and this kid, we don't know him personally, but he seemed to be a kid that thinks before he speaks. And now he's emotional, but it's like he thinks before he speaks.
Yeah.
And so – and I think by Coach Quinn saying that's him being him, letting everybody else know he going to be here, y'all. Rest of y'all. Yeah. Believe that now. See, the thing is, Aaron Rodgers been talking for 6, 7, 8 weeks about the lack of continuity with his wide receivers. Mm-hmm. Why do you think he's saying this? Ain't nobody checked him and ain't nobody stopped him. Because when it all came together, was he not right? And was he not the biggest cheerleader for his guys when they do the right things?
Yeah.
He don't holler at you because you may miss one pass or you may run one wrong route. He holler at you when it continues to happen over and over and over. And that's what I was telling guys on other shows. Troy Aikman, he can deal with one time offsides.
And you got to cut that out too, yo.
What's
He's
that?
cheating on us.
You doing a lot of other shows.
Okay,
No, time out. I ain't gonna never tell you to stop getting your bread. Get your bread.
But not here, huh?
But you doing a lot of other shows here, and they trying to feed off. They see what we got here.
Okay.
And they know
All right.
they always trying to get a little bit of piece of who we are. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Parsons.
You know what I'm saying?
All right,
Stay in
Parsons.
your gap, bro. Stay in your damn gap. Stay in your gap, man.
All right,
bro.
I'm with you from
Stay in
this
your gap,
point on.
bro.
If it ain't about the bread, because
You know what I'm saying?
I'll walk in on the show and they'll let me in.
If it ain't about the bread, stay in your gap.
Okay, all right. So
Everybody always want they want this feeling. They want this braille. They want this braille one way or another. And they know they can't get in on this.
Stay in your
so they
gap.
kind of want to just pull it. They want to pull pieces from it.
Yeah.
Stay in your gap, homie. You know what I'm saying?
let you come down here.
Come on.
Huh?
Yeah, like stay in your gap.
All
Like,
right.
They always trying to pull you.
All right.
Because
Okay.
they know what I'm going to say. Nah.
Okay, all right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I'm now.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
Like, you got
all
to
right.
stay in your gap. All right?
Unless they bread. If y'all see me now, it's gonna be about the bread.
If it's about the bread, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Freelance.
All right.
You got. There's Mike McCarthy said there's privilege in pass rushing. If it's about the bread, you got the privilege to pass rush.
Okay.
You can jump gaps and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah.
But if it ain't about the bread, man,
don't do it.
Come on, man.
Okay,
Come
I'll
on.
stop.
Come
I'll
on,
stop.
man.
Promise to my guys.
on, man.
Promise to the fellas. But I'm gonna tell this right
it's
here,
hanging
man.
with the boys. It ain't hanging with the boys. It ain't hanging with the talk. It ain't hanging with the
With the
boys,
break.
bro. It ain't hanging with the break. It ain't nothing against
like
those
that.
guys, but they trying to pull from the greatness.
I hear you.
Don't let them divide us, man.
All right. Okay, they ain't
All
gonna
right.
divide it. But
Micah Parsons.
What were we
come
talking
on.
about? What were we
Micah
talking
Parsons. We're talking about Micah Parsons.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. This kid understands, and that's why I've been telling everybody, and I don't know if you was feeling the same or you were feeling the same. I wanted him to be solid 100% his rookie year at linebacker. Remember, I kept saying, no, just let him be 100% solid and then move him where he will always have the advantage. And so you saw him hesitating a lot. And I hope they use him a whole lot more at linebacker. So that is our
May have to.
yeah, that's our man.
Yeah.
So I don't want nobody to ever be able to say he's right there.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
And he played 95% of the snaps, I think, where they up until he'd been almost exclusively defensive line, so he'd been at 70-something snaps. So
that's
on the field.
I think what you said, to elaborate on that, because that's so crucial, because there are at the linebacker position, when you're playing defensive end, you have responsibilities, but they're limited.
Yes.
Like if you're rushing, it's I keep containment, that kind of, but the keys are different.
Yes.
The keys that you're reading are different. When you go back to linebacker, because now you're heavily relying upon staying your gaps, guys in front of you doing what they're supposed to do, and now you're being able to read the keys and move about like that. You need guys like, at times you're gonna have to be the hammer, and then Leighton's gonna have to be the guy to scrape.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And there are other times where Leighton's gonna be the hammer, and then you're gonna be the scraper, and coming off that way. So that's a great point. And if you're playing exclusively defensive end, then you sometimes get a little bit rusty on being able to see those keys
it's so
and
many
read
things
those
coming at you,
keys
bro.
that are
Y'all
coming
better
at you.
shape up.
Yeah.
See what happens when
better
you don't stay in your
shape
gap?
up.
They brought the police, man.
Yo, man, did they pay?
Did
they pay? That's all I want to know. You don't get no free ride, baby.
That's Nate. Because if you pull me over, I want a free ride. I want you to give me a warning. All right, let's go to break. And when we come back from break, we're
We're gonna check the mentals and the dentals.
We're gonna check the.
We're gonna check the mentals and the dentals, baby.
We're gonna check the mentals and the dentals of our boy Computer and how he's hanging on and holding on after the Cowboys took a devastating loss this Sunday against the Green Bay Packers. This is Hanging with the Boys, man. Y'all stay with us and come right back.
Stay in your gap.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Blockchain.com is one of the most trusted ways to buy, sell, and trade crypto. Whether you're always on the go or stay closer to home, Blockchain.com is just a few taps away. Put the power of crypto in your pocket, so no matter where you are, you can trade on your terms and build a crypto portfolio to fit your life. For crypto pros, rookies, and anyone in between, blockchain.com makes it easy to own a piece of the future. Blockchain.com, trusted by millions, trusted by America's team.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
Hey Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to Hanging with the Boys on this lovely, much better weather today, Tuesday. We are breaking this thing down as you always know that we will do. We stand in our gaps. You know, we hymns. We got three hymns. We got three hymns.
Right.
We'll say Chris is a fourth hymn, but he's we got to make sure.
Easy there, buddy.
You're right. This segment is brought to you by blockchain.com. Also, Dallas Cowboys United. Give the gift of Cowboys this season with Dallas Cowboys United membership. Gift your super fan an annual fan club membership and a fan pack for as little as $20. 'Tis the season. Learn more at dallascowboys.com/united. Quick side note. Just want to let people know, FYI, you know how I get down every single year. I don't ask for much. I only beg one time a year, and that time is coming up. So just know that I'll be begging for some of your pesos as we get up for Holly's Helping Hand this year to make sure that some families and children in need this year have a Christmas of a lifetime. Now that COVID is over and I'm back into a good mental health state, we'll be able to go back shopping again this year and really be able to spread the joy and the love to families in need this holiday season. So be on the lookout for that on my Twitter page at Mr. Fourth and Long, and yeah, all those good things. All right, let's you got our boy on the phone, Chris, or you need to call him up? All right, let's get right to it then. Let's get right to the goods, man. All the way from I don't even know where Computer at right now, but we glad to have you, man. We got our boy Computer. Man, you were emotional over the Cowboys not doing anything via the trade deadline, and then they go up to Lambeau Field and a game that they should have won. And you know that Mike McCarthy and company wanted to win that game, but the boogeyman reared his ugly head and took us out again, brother. How are your mentals and your dentals today on this lovely Tuesday?
I'm about to start crying again because my boss is a Green Bay fan. He just walked in my office.
Oh, man. Wow, man. Wow.
What was your take from the game this Sunday?
We the won that game that they called that penalty on that Trayvon Diggs holding.
But what about the rest of the game? Because, I mean, okay, we'll talk about the one penalty, but there's a lot of other things that happened in this football game before that penalty, going up 14 points in the fourth quarter. You had ample opportunity to do so, outside of that, what else?
I was upset about the run. And I feel you 100% about guys think they Micah Parsons, they think they supposed to be rushing the pass. They've been doing that since the first game of the season. They just didn't start yesterday. Mm-hmm. Them guys on that defensive line need to man up. They need to quit being soft and quit letting folks push them around and quit trying to be pretty and all this kind of stuff. And a lot of them need to stay on Twitter, too, because they done got in their head. just like Dak. They done got in Dak's head with that Twitter. His brother talked to him. He need to tell his brother to stay away from him for the rest of the season. Because he's telling what everybody's saying on TV, and it make him want to throw the ball. No, man, run the football. You see Aaron Rodgers cuss his coach out about running the football. Aaron Rodgers is the most pass-happy quarterback of all time, but he know he need to run the football to win the game because he don't want them guys hitting him. You know what I'm saying? You know, I feel you 100% on that. But besides the point, you can still have all that going on and still have the referee screw us over.
So,
you know what I'm saying? You can have both. Because I go to the store at night and somebody shoot me, I could have just got off work, could have been hungry. I know I wasn't supposed to get out of war, but I just got off work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just got off my job. So I'm out there playing on the football field. Even though I done played a bad game, it's not right for some referee to sit there and watch a blatant pass interference and not call it. But the same referee called that one on Connor McGovern. You know what I'm saying? The same referee sitting there looking at that called that. You know what I'm saying? And then that woman told old boy on the end, said, hey, man, you good. He pointed at her. She pointed back at it. Then she told him for being offside. That's intentional, Jesse. Some referees do make mistakes. I give you that. But some of that stuff is intentional. You don't think Troy Vincent is still upset Michael Irvin used to run over him and catch touchdown passes after touchdown passes? He sits there with Roger Goodell, and the Eagles get their easy schedule, and the Cowboys get this schedule. We got 3 games in 12 days. That's intentional, Jesse.
We've had 3 games in 12 days.
We went to Minnesota last year. Why are we going back to Minnesota? We went there last year to play. Well, I thought you supposed to trade out. You play home one year, we play at your field next year. Why we go back up there back-to-back?
I don't know. I don't have an answer.
Because the NFL is after us, bro.
Boy, you something else, computer.
But computer, what do you think it would be the other way around? Like, what do you think?
No. I'm telling you this. Have you ever watched The Godfather?
Yes, sir. Several times.
You remember that the Don was making all the money for the family.
Right.
But they still wanted to take him out.
That's
they
right.
didn't care how much money he made for the family. They wanted to be the top guy. It's the same thing in the NFL with all these other owners. Jerry Jones is Don Corleone, and the rest of them rascals is Tessio and all them other guys that crossed out the Don or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We thought it was Bazzini all along. We thought it was
Bazzini. It was
Bazzini all along, man. It was Roger Goodell and Troy Vincent.
All right, so Green Bay game is over. We got to turn our attention to Minnesota. You know, what are your thoughts about the Cowboys heading up to Minnesota for the second time in back-to-back years?
I tell you one thing. They stopped them from running the ball last year. They're going to have the same performance this year. Because if they don't stop these teams from running us, we ain't gonna do nothing. We're gonna be sitting around here mad at the end of the year, and we're gonna have a new head coach in here.
Man, so you saying we got to stop that run? We got to.
Oh yeah, they got to stop. If they stop that run, they make teams stop trying to run on us. Oh man, we'll win a Super Bowl because they can't stop that pass rush. They got to become run stoppers now and forget about all that pass rush.
You mean we'll win a Super Bowl despite the referees and the league not wanting us to win a Super Bowl?
Yeah, because we'll be up enough points to where they can't get involved in. The Cowboys for us, since Nathan won all them rings, we'll never be able to just play an average game and win. We got to either beat them or blow them out. If not, other people gonna get involved into the game because teams gonna come in there because they always gonna play their best game against the Cowboys. So we always got to be at our best. We can't slack off like other people. We don't have that luxury. We the most hated. You know what I'm saying? And
most
people want to get up and make names for themselves, like that kid from Green Bay. Now, he done made a name for himself. Won't nobody say he dropped the pass again if he don't catch another pass all year. he done got his second contract just by that one game.
I love you.
Before we let you go, computer, give me your thoughts on the Commanders taking out the Philadelphia Eagles last night on Monday Night Football.
Perfect. You know how everybody always, like Nate always quote Jimmy and tell the truth what Jimmy say? I owe Jimmy John an apology, too. I used to get mad at Jimmy, but when Jimmy dropped that book and showed me that contract where I'm not going to get in there because I don't want to get kicked out the radio, so I'm just going to leave it on. But Jerry,
we'll definitely kick you off because you ain't going to mess up our bread.
So Jimmy, but what Jimmy said about the Eagles was he said that the Eagles team played good all the way up to the second quarter, and once teams figure them out in the second half of the game, they're not that good. So the Commanders exposed what Jimmy Johnson was saying.
Yes, sir. Where they go now? Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying? So our team just need to keep moving and keep progressing, keep winning, keep running the football. Now they see why Zeke is so important. We'd have won that game if Zeke had played the other night because we've been able to run that clock out. Because Zeke would have been pounding the boys. Aaron Rodgers would have got on the field to run the football. See, Tony scores fast. It's good to score fast, but if you got a defense that can't stop nobody, you got to have it 10 minutes here, 8 minutes here, 7-minute drive here. That we could have ate up that clock. We'd have won that game. Because it's going to get cold now. Nobody don't want to tackle now. It's going to get cold. It's cold now. So we get Zeke back in there on Minnesota, pound them all night, make some good plays on defense, go over some play-action pass. We'll be good.
I like that part where you say all night. Yes, sir.
I like pound it all night. I'm with that, too. All right, Computer brother, we're going to let you go, man.
Yes.
And stay out them grocery stores late at night.
Computer, do not get a grievance against your boss, all right? Don't make that man go to HR.
Name the company's Homeway Construction. I'm not going to get no grievance against him. Because he paying me like I'm on the practice squad salary. So
I ain't mad at that at all. All right, Computer man, you be good, brother.
I see y'all later. Have a great day. I'm taking everybody out to eat at that Sam's place in Dallas when I come in town. All on me.
Nick and Sam's?
Yes.
Oh.
All right.
All right.
All right.
I know it's high over there, but I got
don't worry about it,
got like $80 million in the bank. I got back.
All right, brother. We appreciate you, man.
All right. See y'all later.
Old boy know what he got himself into.
Oof, man.
But that was so sweet, man.
When food is free, I get a really good appetite.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah.
That was good between you and him, bro. That was great.
No,
I love that. I love that, man. All night long.
Is Troy Vincent screwing us?
Yeah. I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
I'm not buying into all the theories.
Oh, man.
The conspiracy theories? Like, imagine that conversation, right? Like, Troy Vincent at the table, and they're doing schedules, right? I don't think he's even at the table, right? Whoever's doing the schedules. Let's just picture this big boardroom, and
let's call Troy with the Dallas schedule.
Yeah. Dallas comes up, and they're like, all right, guys, we know Thanksgiving is a must, right? That's already in there. All right. Troy walks in and goes, hey, you guys get to Dallas yet? And they go, yeah, we're on Dallas right now. And he goes, all right, man, listen, we're going to give them the most difficult schedules possible. They're going on the – like, I just find that very hard to believe at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, if Mr. Jones could play KC, Buffalo, anybody that's high-powered so he can be on TV. Prime time, he going to say, give it to us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The Minnesota game last year was determined by what they finished the previous year and what we finished the previous year.
Yeah.
You're a liar, Chris. You're a liar.
Okay.
Troy Vincent is the reason why we had to play Minnesota last year and this year. That's a lie. And the things that you're reading that are factual is a lie.
Okay.
Troy Vincent has it against us because Michael Irvin was whooping up on him all
those years. Me and Computer the same when I say conspiracy about the Hall of Fame. I believe that with all my heart.
Oh, no, I believe that.
I believe that, but the schedule, no.
The schedule, I mean, like.
That's a difference.
But boy,
you can't say it's a conspiracy because the NFL gave us Indianapolis, Houston, and Jacksonville back to back to back.
And they gave us
Troy must have went to the bathroom.
And they gave us the Bears. And they gave us
Troy must have went to
the Lions, the Bears. And,
yeah, exactly.
You know yeah.
No, Troy had to step out and take a phone call. That's when he was penalizing the Cowboys. They were doing some penalties on the Cowboys.
He flipped the page and wanted to go off the Eagles schedule at that time.
Yeah.
All right, man, let's go to our final break. We're going to take some – I hear the phones ringing in the back. So
we got to get
them.
They're
ringing.
Yeah.
I'll pick them up.
All right, I'm going to let the fans – and I'll tell you,
they got to go quick.
It's going to be brief.
They
got to be brief.
Yeah.
Get it off your chest, man, because we're moving forward. So I want to get a lot of people in here, all right? So stay right here with us. 888-855-2297 if you want to call in and air out your grievance with the Cowboys losing to the Green Bay Packers, or look ahead to the Minnesota Vikings. We're taking it all. Stay right here. Don't leave us.
He's taking it all.
Stay in your gap. Stay in your gap. Be him and stay in your gap. This is Hang with the Boys. We'll be right back.
He's taking it all.
Bang on.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, Talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo quiero guacamole.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they make just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Blockchain.com is one of the most trusted ways to buy, sell, and trade crypto. Whether you're always on the go or stay closer to home, Blockchain.com is just a few taps away. Put the power of crypto in your pocket, so no matter where you are, you can trade on your terms and build a crypto portfolio to fit your life. For crypto pros, rookies, and anyone in between, Blockchain.com makes it easy to own a piece of the future. Blockchain.com, trusted by millions, trusted by America's team.
Hey, Cowboys fans, if you're thinking about attending a game this season, visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today. Stay at the team hotel, have dinner with a Cowboys legend, and experience AT&T Stadium's exclusive VIP Owners Club. Also, tour the Star, get autographs from your favorite players, and talk X's and O's with me, Mickey Spagnola. The official travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys will take care of all your travel needs. Visit cowboystravel.com.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to Hanging with the Boys. Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holly. We are finishing the Green Bay disaster, and we're turning our attention to Minnesota. But before we do, we wanted to hear from you. You guys have to listen to us all the time, kind of have our frustrations throughout the airway. And sometimes we see it through tweets, we see it through texts, but sometimes we want to hear from you.
Be quick.
But be quick, like Nate in the bedroom.
Ooh,
get it in and get it out.
Little shot there.
That's okay.
It's okay, as long as you get it done.
Let's go, baby.
Bang all night.
Let's
all
go.
right, so Chris, who we got on the phone?
Yeah, nasty mouth. Yeah, nasty mouth.
Why, Jesse?
I thought she was working.
Why, Jesse?
Yeah, nasty mouth.
Why?
I thought you were only going to call it on Fridays. I thought you might have been busy.
I listen every day. But the Lord is everywhere, man. The Lord hears you. The Lord hears everything.
And omnipresent. Oh, I'm sorry, Pastor.
That's why I didn't respond. I said, what if Pastor on this other line?
You ain't think that. You ain't think that.
Go ahead on, Pastor. We got to be quick today, Pastor. Go ahead on. Sorry.
Just real quick, man. I had an eerie feeling the whole game, man. Even when we went up 14, I just didn't feel like we were going to pull through. We just made too many mistakes. I really think that we need to get back to our technique with Connor McGovern because the last two plays, that holding, and even when Dak tried to escape on that fourth down, Connor McGovern didn't finish his block. If he had finished his block, Dak would have ran and got the first down.
Yeah.
But we just got to cut down the mistakes, man. And we need to play mistake-free football, and we'll win because the mistakes killed us that whole game, man. But I keep replaying plays in my head, man, of what could have gone right, trying to forget about it, man. But I think that's one that got away. But the Eagles lost, so we're still in the same position we were in before.
Yep.
So fresh start. Let's go take care of business in Minnesota. It's going to be a tough one, but I don't think Justin Jefferson is going to keep making catches like he made in Buffalo. That was unreal, so. You only do that once, so we'll be all right. We just gotta do it. There's no excuses now. Let's go do it.
All right, Pastor. Thank you so much, man. We appreciate you. Dang. I swear, there, man. I didn't. I was laughing on my mind. Pastor was gonna call it. All right, Chris. Who we got next?
We got Justin in California.
Justin, California love. What's up, brother? What you got?
Oh man, I'm still bummed out, guys, but. I don't know why I'm still so bummed out because this is what I wrote a couple of days before the game. I'm going to read it real quick.
Now.
All right. So it's odd to say it's a trap game against a usually consistent team like the Packers, but since they've been doing so bad, I'll say it. Honestly, it's never been addressed as well as it could be before Quinn. Rush defense has been a problem. If the Packers are smart, they'll just run the ball on us, and they got the game won. Since we're so stubborn at playing Micah at defensive end most of the time, he'll be negated that way. this is going to be a problem against Minnesota, the Giants, Tennessee, and Philadelphia. Talk me off the ledge. I think the season's over from Green Bay on. And that's what I got. And that's what happened. That's the way I still feel. I feel like the season's over now.
All right, brother. We appreciate it. Wow.
Jesse said he needs to see it in the playoffs. And I tell him you won't never get to the playoffs if we don't stop good quarterbacks with running games. It won't be no playoffs. It'll be one and done. To me, first round of playoffs have never meant nothing to me. And they still don't.
But he said the season is over.
Yeah. Well, I think you remember last year, Denver came in here and beat us up, and everybody's like, we know how to. We broke the code. We know how to beat the Cowboys' offense. I think people now are seeing this. They broke the code. They know how to beat the Cowboys' defense, and so people are like, "How are you going to fix this?" And I don't know if just play better is the answer. I mean, how are you actually?
So you think the hydrant bomb to hit?
Well, I don't know.
Think we can play better again?
I mean,
so you say we don't have the players?
That's what I'm wondering. I mean, or is it? I mean, we've been showering praise on Dan Quinn for the job he's doing in here, and he said yesterday they have the personnel. It's like, well, okay, what's the problem?
We'll see from this day on.
He got to say that because they got all the personnel that he wanted. Yeah. So he got to make sure they said they got the personnel. But I think, go ahead.
Well, and McCarthy said yesterday that pass rush is just a
something you earn.
It's a privilege.
It's a privilege. Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah. So what's he talking about there? No more.
If you stop the run, if you stop the run, that means you knock people behind the chain. I mean, we always say we want 3rd and 2, 3rd and 4, or less. Well, you won't really ideal for a defense when you say 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. That's hard. That should be hard to make. And that's where you want people so you can pass rush them.
Yeah, the privilege is that you got to do the dirty work on the early downs to get to the passing downs, right? So that's the privilege. So you can't. It's like your child wanting the dessert without eating the dinner.
Mm-hmm. Eat the black-eyed peas or the green beans.
You got to
earn the right to get the
clean
dessert.
this plate, and then we get ice cream.
So DeMarcus Lawrence has to set that edge. He can't be going upfield, or if
Dante Fowler. If it's a TE stunt, then you got to do your part of the TE stunt and fill in that gap, so that we can all get to the because everybody wants to. 35 sacks now, 36 sacks now, whatever it is. They want to get to that. Everybody wants to have the sack party, right? Yeah. But if you're not stopping anybody on 1st and 2nd down, you're never going to get to that point in time where you're going to be able to rush the passer freely and that privilege because it'll be 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 3, and that at that point in time you can do anything.
So does that involve maybe not just taking off full? Just going nuts, straight to the backfield, or are you holding back and waiting to hold your...
That means if you're supposed to be in the gap, be there. If you're supposed to have outside containment, damn it, don't get hooked.
Yeah.
Like, fight to have outside containment.
Does that involve, though, maybe taking a tick to stay in your... No?
Still, you can still be fast. You can still use your technique. Just don't get hooked.
Yeah.
DBs. Y'all watch at interceptions. Guess what? When everybody does their job and now you have to come up and fill that run lane to send it back inside, don't be back there waiting, and then run alongside a guy. No, come up and at least participate in trying to stop the run. So we'll see. Chris, what you got?
We got Dimitri in the Rio Grande Valley.
My man Demetrius in the Rio Grande Valley. What's up, Playboy?
What's up, man? How you guys doing today?
We good, brother. We good. How are you?
I'm finna probably make you mad, Jesse, but we win this game with 21. I think we missed 21.
Okay.
We missed it this week, and the reason I say that is we have no physicality without it. Zero. How do we run up-tempo offense in the 4th quarter, up 14 points? We go shotgun up-tempo. That baffles me. We were running the ball at a 6-yard clip. Like, I just don't get it. I told y'all Friday that if that threw the ball 40 times, we lose. When we played Aaron Rodgers 2 years ago, he threw the ball 44 times, we lose. When we played Tom Brady, he threw the ball 45 times, and we lose. Kellen Moore got to figure out that this team and our history, when Nate Newman was playing, you go back to Tony Dorsett to the 90s, we are a running football organization. We have to run the football 35, 40 times a game, and we win that game, literally. We run the ball 10 or 12 more times, we win the game. And like Nate said, our defensive ends are terrible at setting the edge. Garbage. They don't do it. They get washed up field. They 2 yards up the field on run plays because everyone wants to be Hollywood and make plays. No one does their job on the defensive line. And then we complain about Van Der Esch not making plays. I mean, he's taking on the guard and the tackle every play. He can't scrape across and make plays. We have to run the football, and I don't understand it. I'm really baffled with he glitched. Kellen Moore glitched, as you said, Jesse. He glitched this week. And I think our formula is the Cooper Rush formula. If Dak Prescott wins the Super Bowl, no one cares if he makes $45 million. It doesn't matter anymore because he won a Super Bowl. Less is more. And if we come out this week against another good football team in the Minnesota Vikings, and we throw the ball 40 times, you can chalk up another L. And that's all I got for y'all today, fellas.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. It doesn't make me mad when you say, Zeke run the football. What I get upset at is you had an opportunity to do whatever it is you wanted to do with Zeke, with Tony Pollard. He was averaging 5 yards a carry.
Yeah. And Malik Davis didn't do too bad either.
Malik Davis, you were getting what you wanted with all those backs.
Yeah.
So, like having Zeke or not having Zeke, it wasn't as if you were unable to run the football. You were still very capable of running the football. For whatever reason, Kellen Moore, and we had this conversation weeks ago. I said when Cooper Rush was in, it's like when you got more month than money, and you got to eat those sardines, you got to eat those noodles. You had a struggle plate the other day.
Oh yeah, what was going on there?
What was that nonsense that you ate?
What was that, bro?
You had ramen noodles, peas, sausage, and hot dogs and turkey leg. I don't know what that was, but that's a broke
glad you
meal.
remembered that.
That's a broke meal.
That was good. So I don't care what you call that meal.
And when Kellen Moore had Cooper Rush, he was eating a broke meal. But when Dak came back, that's when that direct deposit hits. Yeah. And you eating steaks, and you at Nick and Sam's.
Right.
And that leads to you throwing the ball 46 times.
Right.
I've said it time and time again. When Kellen Moore has come out and said, boy, I have to fight the urge to pass the football, you saw it in the game on Sunday, and it hurt the Cowboys. So Zeke or no Zeke, you had the opportunity to run the football. Let's get one more caller in here, Chris. Who we got?
We got your boy Mo in Kuwait.
Mo, what's up, Playboy?
Hey, guys. I'm angry that we lost, but I feel good about this team.
Did you cry like computer, though?
No. Okay. I was angry. I deleted Twitter from my phone, and I kept it on my computer. I didn't talk to anybody for the past 2 days. But we have a good team. We do have a good team. Aaron Rodgers did not beat us. He tied the game. There's one thing in common with the 3 losses that we have. It's these stupid penalties that drive us back and hand the ball over to the other team. It happened with Tom Brady. It happened with Philadelphia. And it happened the other day with Green Bay. We have a team that scores, and we have a defense that's awesome. And I think the resolve that they have as a group will make them come back. And I have a feeling that we're going to bounce back and beat Minnesota in Minnesota.
Nice.
Thank you, Mo. I appreciate you, brother, all the way from Kuwait. We got in different area codes. We don't have no.
Who was that?
You remember that song, Ludacris?
No.
I can't say what he said in the song on air, but off the air I probably could. Nah, because Pastor listening. Pastor, you're right. The Lord is always listening. So I got to watch what I say at all times. But, to Mo's point, this has been an undisciplined football team for some time now.
Yeah.
And while it may go away from time to time, it always rears its ugly heads in situations where we don't need to rear its ugly head.
Yes.
And that goes back to Mike McCarthy.
But how do they,
I'm telling you, the pine changes minds.
Wow. Like I think I was looking it up, 39% of our penalties this year are pre-snap. I mean, that's a mental thing, right?
Right,
so
exactly.
how can the coaching fix that, I guess?
Sit their butt down. Sit their butt down, or make examples out of folks.
Yeah,
like
I don't know, man.
I don't want anyone to lose their job. But you want to set an example.
Yeah.
Set an example, something like, 3rd round pick. You on the street now because you can't line up. You can't line up and looking in the book.
Yeah, no, that was bad. But
there's certain things when you can look around and you're saying, and this is why it passes through everybody because no one has to pay a consequence. So they just keep doing it. And there's a lack of focus. So until the coaching staff, whether that's head coach, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, makes people pay for their especially pre-snap mistakes. And it's rearing its ugly head every single time to Mo's point. In the games that we lose against good football teams, we don't have the consistency of being smart football players and a smart football team when we need it to most. The refs ain't got nothing against us.
No.
We got us against us. And we're undisciplined. And until we fix being undisciplined, until we fix being able – and the thing is, the discipline part and even the run game stuff, it's all about – those two go hand in hand because you know why we're a bad run defense team? Because we're not disciplined.
Yeah.
And not the penalties-wise, but we don't have guys who will consistently do what?
In their gaps.
And do what? Do their
job.
That's it. That's it. Do your job.
Do
it ain't like people just bowling us over and they just no. People are not in place where they're supposed to be. People aren't willing to fill in the gaps. Run support. Be where you're supposed to be. Don't freelance. Don't freestyle. See, it's easy when you're winning. Right? It's all good. Yo, look, you jumped 2 gaps that last one, man. You got to chill out with that, bro. But we won. It's all good. It's all good. But then when you lose, it's, come on, man, you jumping gaps again? Well, it was all good just a week ago.
Yeah.
We got to make sure that stuff is cleaned up, man. So, all right, as we get up out of here, tomorrow, Cowboys offense. Cowboys offense, the Vikings defense. We begin to break that down. Green Bay is over. We push forward and move on to Minnesota.
I'm just so glad that computer's all right.
Computer's all right now.
Yeah.
We appreciate computer and glad his mentals and his dentals are doing well.
Yes.
Nate, I appreciate you, brother.
Wow,
yes,
man.
Kurt Daniels, appreciate
What's
you.
up, Kurt? Yeah,
Chris,
man, wow.
Beam in the back doing
Yes,
his
sir,
thing on
Beam.
the phones and keeping us up and live. Brother Willie,
Yes.
Audio Jazz.
Yes.
And all the rest of the crew, man. Remember, stay in your gaps and do your jobs. I'm Jesse Holly. This is Hanging with the Boys. We out.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!